What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and today I'm bringing you guys more patch notes and update details of everything that's just hit in the latest patch for Advanced Warfare. As always, I always bring you guys the latest information, and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to stay up to date with the future patches, and I'll be uploading videos and tweeting out information about what's actually in them. So let's get right into this patch. This is mainly a weapon balancing patch, and it's pretty crazy some things that happened. I'll link the full patch notes and all the details in the description if you want to see all the bug fixes and UI tweaks. Very minor things, but in this video I'm just going to gloss over most of the important things that you will notice. Let's get into the actual changes. First of all, we'll jump into two little things that have been added. They fixed an issue where the unlocked items were not really showing up. So now when you unlock new items, they're going to show up in the new items category, and you actually see what you unlocked, which is pretty cool. And also something I really like is that they added categories to the armory. So now you have all loot, redeemable loot, timed loot, and permanent loot. It was really frustrating that there was a ton of this non-redeemable permanent loot that would just take up like so much space in your armory. And my personal armory, it took up 4 pages, and you can't get rid of this stuff. It was just there and it took up a lot of space, but now that's in its own separate part, and you've got your redeemable loot, which you can actually get rid of for XP, and you've also got your timed loot, which is things like the bloodthirsty and bloodshed helmets, which kind of expire after a short amount of time. So those have been some cool kind of changes on top of the weapon fixes, which I'm about to get into, but also they've done some kind of fixes that haven't been listed in the patch notes. For example, domination kills are now worth 100 instead of 50, and captures are now 200 points instead of 150. So you're going to be able to get your score streaks a lot more easily. They've given you a lot more points, and also games like Hardpoint and stuff like that have also improved those. So there's also been some little things fixed that haven't been listed in the patch notes. If there are any others, I'll be sure to update you guys in videos and tweets and stuff like that. So let's jump into the actual weapon balancing. First off, the Bal 27. The damage has been reduced, the max damage range has been reduced, and the recoil has been adjusted. By adjusted, they mean increased. It's got a little bit more recoil, and in all honesty, the Bal is really not too much different. Now, what they have done, which you probably won't notice too much, is that the actual damage, of course, is not just about the recoil. They have added a tiny bit of recoil, but still, it's barely noticeable with the grip, as you can see right here. And but what they have done is slightly reduce the damage and also the damage at max range. So hopefully, it's not as much of a beast as it used to be at long range. So that is something that may be able to change how the assault rifles work. Maybe one will be best than the other now, but I'm still thinking the Bal 27 is going to be a very solid choice and still a very viable assault rifle to use. Probably the best in the category still. And then also the HBR-A3, another assault rifle, that caught a nerf as well. And the max damage range has been reduced for that one. So a slight damage decrease for the HBR-A3 at longer ranges. Next up, we've got the buffs. These are weapons that have been improved and increased to how they previously were. We've got the ASM-1, a submachine gun. The max damage range has been increased. Same with the MP11, another submachine gun. Then we'll go into the heavy weapons, and these are the rest of the buffs. We've got the EM1 laser weapon, which caught a damage increase, and I'll throw some gameplay in the background of me using the EM1 laser weapon. It's called the End. That's the variant of it. That's why it shoots a yellow laser beam as opposed to the red. And I'll throw some gameplay in the background so you can see how it kind of performs, and also there's a gameplay of me dying by it, so you can see how I die and how I get killed. So it's kind of both ends, not just the highlights of me doing well with it. You'll also be able to see how it can be bad at sometimes. But a lot of people speculated, because this patch did hit the old generation consoles first, the M1 would be very good, because for some reason the old generation consoles, the M1 is ridiculously powerful, like insanely powerful, and a lot of people thought that would be the same on next gen, but it isn't the case. Do not worry at all. The M1 is nowhere near overpowered, not even close. And you can see right here, sometimes I get killed, sometimes I die. It's a viable weapon to use, very easy to use now, and not as much a challenge as it used to be, but it's definitely not overpowered. And the next up, we got the EPM3, another direct energy weapon. The damage has been increased and the aim down sight time has been decreased, so you've basically got a little bit of a quick draw perk, kind of like built into that, in addition to the quick draw handle you can throw on top of that. And then we've got the XMGs. These are the akimbo LMGs that you hold on both arms. The damage being increased, the lockdown mode has also been increased, and then the melee, the LMG, the damage being increased. And all honesty, I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I feel like it might be verging on overpowered. It's a 3-shot kill, and I feel like that's a little bit too much for an LMG. Hopefully it's not as overpowered as they have been in the last few Call of Duty games. LMG's been getting more powerful in every COD, like since the first ones. They've been getting just a little bit more powerful and a little bit more kind of easy to use, and they kill very quickly. So I'm not really sure how I feel about the melee. Hopefully it doesn't shine through and become one of those weapons that just melts you at all ranges and is very easy to use, but hopefully it'll be pretty decent. And then also the Pytech, the damage has been increased as well. They've also done some changes, as I mentioned in earlier videos, to the actual ranked play playlist. They've removed join in progress. They've turned on skill-based matchmaking, which is interesting. I didn't actually know that it wasn't enabled in the first place, but that's pretty interesting to know. So now there's skill-based matchmaking in the ranked playlist. playlist, and they've also done some kind of overall patches and changes, and they've also updated the esports rule set. So this has been some of the most interesting things in the patch. Obviously, there's a lot more to know. I'll link the patch notes in the description if you want to check out the full patch notes. There's a bunch of bug fixes and kind of UI tweaks that will just kind of make the game a little bit better overall and smoother to run. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you found it informational, give it a like rating. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more updates just like this one on changes to Advanced Warfare. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later.